Arlington, Texas. It's the NFC Championship game. We'll see Joe Burrow and the Dallas Cowboys taking on Jameis Winston and the New Orleans Saints.
Well, the roof is closed, but as you can probably tell, the mouths of these Cowboy fans could not be more wide open. It is a frenzied AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl. And we've got a classic in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now it's Burrow. Left side to Lamb. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into a huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
Barkley with a carry on 1st down, and he'll get about 4. So 2nd and 6 forthcoming. Now a 2nd down and 6. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 20-yard line. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Now on 1st and goal, a chance to get a leg up in this NFC title game.
And oftentimes we think about statement drives in the second halves of games, especially in the 4th quarter.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Quan Alexander. And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Following the interception, Winston. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. And Thomas seems to be in some pain. He's still on the ground. Well, he gets attended to. They'll step aside. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Here's Winston. It's brought in by Harris. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 5 now. Winston firing quickly here, and that's complete. We're scoreless after 1. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. To throw is Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
On 3rd down, Winston. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is?
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage. That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Then he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Jameis to throw it. Caught on the right side by Jones. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. 3rd and goal here, a big play brewing in this NFC title game. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And he will find his man on the outside. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Lutz puts this one through. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball and try and get things settled down a little bit. But that was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now Burrow. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. They took their shot, but the coverage up to the task, and it forces a 4th down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. He's going to let it go again. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Here's 2nd and 10. Burrow will throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Burrow looking to pass. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. And the Cowboys have recovered. 30 seconds remain in this first half as they come up here 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They go play action with Burrow. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And it is incomplete. I had a defender running right with him. And now it's 3rd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. Zerline's kick is up and through. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to the AFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs squaring off against the Tennessee Titans. So with that, let's get you right back out for the second half, as one of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. To find out who, let's turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Halas Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. And the Saints set to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is, and doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs the year before missed the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a 3rd down and 8. To throw, Winston. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Well, now a carry here for their fullback. Trayvon Diggs getting the tackle. On 2nd and 9, Winston. Thomas has got it, complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now Winston. Open man is the tight end Troutman. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 17-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston. Jameis again. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And that ball going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
From the 16, Winston. This is complete to Michael Thomas. One quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
His afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. It hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Winston now from the 50. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Boy, a tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Here's Winston. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead. You give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
You say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Winston now. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Thomas. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Here, this is their fullback getting the carry. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
All right, let's put the check mark on the defensive side of the ledger there. Really nice tackle by the man in the middle. But why was he able to get that done? Because he has 4 down linemen in front of him, 2 tackles, 2 ends. And what they often try to do is create what we call a funnel. Right to the man in the middle linebacker, who often leads his team in tackles.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And Lutz's kick is good. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. This is Tony Pollard. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So now the Cowboys down 9-3. A minute 53 remaining. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10. Burrow. He'll buy some time right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing, Burrow. That's complete to Chase. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
Burrow. He's going to let it fly. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play here for Dallas. Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
Come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the 4th quarter. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out. Numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
A very important extra point there, up and good, and that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll put it out to the 25. Now all the focus shifts over to the Saints, trailing by a point, 44 seconds to go. A field goal could send them to the Super Bowl as they come up here on first down. Here's Winston. This is Smith with a grab. 30, 10, 5. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up, that's what they need to cross.
So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience?
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners.
Well, I don't think it takes much to crawl into their mind, right, why they went for 2 there, even though they were unsuccessful. With this type of a lead, what they're worried about, right, and less than 10 seconds on the clock, what they're worried about is just giving up the touchdown.
Yeah, on the kickoff return.
Yeah, so you go for it here to try and ensure yourself. Now they've got to make sure they cover it, otherwise they could actually lose.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that. But also, you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. So, Charles, oh so close on one side to getting to that Super Bowl. Oftentimes, we just show the stage and the glitz and the glamour and the confetti. We sometimes forget about those guys going home. It's got to be tough.
It's got to be beyond tough, because finding a way to steel yourself